when we don't feel comfortable with a certain subject in our lives, we then pass that on to our children, right? Where there's either no information or there's shame or there's even like a punishing that can happen when a child asks about something that the adult has not personally resolved or made peace with.
So in regards to death, you see, I think death is something that is sad, that happens in society. It is sad when, an individual is now ready to transition into a different place. However, I don't have any fears around death. So because that I don't have any fears, when my kids bring up this topic, I'm totally okay talking to them about it. Versus if a parent has fears, is uncomfortable, looks at it as something so terrible and like, let's not even talk about it because I can't even talk about this or deal with this, then that's going to be transferred on to their kids in the way that mom basically brushed off like, no, that's nothing. Let's continue driving. When the child said, what is that, to the cemetery? Now, when we're very uncomfortable about a certain topic, and we all have topics we're uncomfortable about, it's important to be honest with our children when talking about it. So saying like, right now you might feel that I'm uncomfortable with this question. And that's true. I am uncomfortable. No one ever spoke to me about this when I grew up. It's going to be the first time that I'm going to be trying to explain something to you when nobody did that to me. So I have no idea how, and I'm going to try my best. Or you could say something like, oh, I'd love to answer that question. That's a really good question. Let me put my words together. Let me put my thoughts together so I make sure to answer you in the best way possible. So even if our children are asking us questions and we feel like we don't have the capacity to answer right away, we can take the time needed while being honest with our child. That being said, as parents, nowadays, we have to really think about the fact that Google exists. And a child, we don't know at what age, might be Googling all sorts of stuff, especially if they feel that we aren't their source of information, their honest source of information. And we lose out. We actually lose out when a child goes on Google because Google will not share our values with our child. And if we want to make sure that we're passing on our values to our children and having a real life conversation about the questions they have, Google won't give that to our child. The one thing that Google will not do to our child is it will not shame them. It will not make them feel like their question is wrong or embarrassing, or they will feel comfortable. Like Google will just answer questions, show images, and all of that will be given to our child. Versus a child knowing, I don't need to Google it. Let me go see my mom. Let me go see my dad. They're going to tell me everything there is to know about this topic, and I can trust them. I could believe them. That's very, very powerful. And I think it's so important. It's so important because of living right now in a time where there's an abundance of information out there. And we really want to be the source of information for our children.